Hi, I'm Rebecca Sanders, Consumer Investigations reporter for the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com. And?
I'm Will Flanagan. I'm a producer here at azcentral.com. And what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about the Facebook scandal over all this private data that a political research company accessed, and just in general, this question of how much of our lives is out there and what can we do about it? So
a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. And so we kind of did an experiment where we downloaded all of our personal Facebook data and Google data as they gave us the instructions to do, and went through it and kind of came up with the weirdest and scariest and most embarrassing stuff. So
right.
Google was your platform that you went after, Will. So tell us about how did you get to it, and then what did you find?
Okay, so Google has a service they call Takeout. And basically, if you go to takeout.google.com, a menu pops up and you are given access to all of the different apps that Google operates. And then you have the option to download all the data that Google has collected on you over the years. I have been a Google user for over 10 years now, so my file was fairly large. It was over 9 gigabytes of data on me. And when you get that file, you can go through and you can look at every little thing that Google knows about you from these particular apps. So for example, every email I've ever sent or received, Google has a record of, including draft emails that I thought better about before sending out.
So give us your greatest hits of your search history.
Great. So yeah, my search history goes back to 2007, and one of my earliest Google queries was, "What the hell is going on in Lost?" I think a lot of people were wondering the same thing at that time.
This is the TV show.
Right, the TV show.
That was very mysterious.
And there was all sorts of just weird clues that never really amounted to anything. So I was trying to get a leg up on my buddies at the time, to, with all these theories and things like that. But then, over time, in 2010, I searched variations of Gary Busey several times back to back. In 2013, it looks like I had a slight existential crisis. I searched, and I quote, "How to find your passion in life."
Oh no.
And then quickly followed up with, "What should I do with my life?" And Google knows all these things. Right, now I'm doing it. Google knows all these things about me. And it goes even a little bit further than that. So every news story I read on Google News was documented. Every map query I made, where I started and where I was trying to go, was documented as well.
Which can really be used to find your home and the place you work and places you go frequently.
Absolutely. And let me say that I am logged into Google constantly. So Google is keeping this information on me because I am logged into Google services. So if you have an Android phone, you're logged into a Google service, and Google is sort of capturing this data on you. And there's a lot of it. So you did Facebook, though, right?
Yeah, so I did Facebook, and that is a platform that in some ways is even more personal, because you're sharing about yourself with people. You're using it for messages back and forth. You're liking things and expressing your interests. Sure.
So Google is like a tool. Facebook is like where we live.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so the way that I got to Facebook, it's pretty easy. You can just go to the Help Center and then type in delete data, and then it'll give you the instructions for how to download your data and also how to delete your data. And so it gave me every timeline post going back basically to 2004 when I joined, and every photo that I've ever uploaded, and every message that I've ever sent or received, which is enormous.
What was it like looking back at all those?
It was terrible, because it was like going back to see old Rebecca and how much of an idiot she was. And
a lot of us were back in 2004.
It's just that 20-year-old self that is just so embarrassing. And so, a couple of embarrassing things is my advice to a friend was to.
And how old were you at the time?
This is like 19 or 20.
So
oh yeah,
clearly, which is great words of wisdom.
I said you
here.
should be my friend on LiveJournal. Do you remember LiveJournal? That's like
it predated Facebook.
Yeah, it totally did. And then I said, here's my advice for the day: never put your eggs all in one basket. But you know, bananas are fine. Oh my God, I was so stupid. But the other weird thing was just basically how they are interpreting who I am.
Sure.
So there's Facebook ad topics. They give you a whole long list of basically keywords that advertisers may attach to their ads. And then if you match those keywords, you're probably going to see that ad.
Sure, and let's say that's basically how Facebook makes a profit, right? That's how Facebook makes its money, is it takes your data and it provides that to advertisers.
Right. And so some of these made total sense. Newspapers, investigative journalism, charities, arts and music, Desert Botanical Garden, Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders when I was helping to cover the 2016 campaigns, cute babies, that's probably on everyone's list.
Not mine.
Not yours? Oh my goodness.
No.
Cats?
Only because I own one.
Oh, my ad history. Okay, this is the ads that I clicked on.
This is the important stuff.
Well, this is the worst recently at the Shambong. Do you know what this is?
No, what is that?
This is I clicked on it because it was so weird. It's a...
Wait, say that again?
Shambong.
Okay.
It's so you can basically shotgun champagne. It's so bad.
It's the classiest way to get wasted.
That's right. And then the one other weird thing was that there's a long list of basically every IP address I had ever come to Facebook through.
Sure.
As well as a list of basically every phone and laptop with make and model and everything that I've accessed Facebook through. And also this thing, Facebook advertisers with your contact info. I don't really know what that means. I reached out to Facebook and they didn't get back to me fast enough. But you know, things like the New York Times, I guess maybe they have my contact info because I'm a subscriber. But also places that I've never interacted with, a music club in Detroit and a rapper and Justin Timberlake, which he can have my number. That's okay. But yeah, it's somewhat of a mystery to me still.
Sure.
How did they get that information? Why do they think that I'm connected to this? And what does this mean that they know about me?
Right, and you know, let's keep in mind, and this is something that's been said online a lot recently, is, you know, if the service is free, if the product is free, you are the product, right? So Facebook and Google and a lot of these other companies, any company basically that you sign up for with an account, is collecting some kind of data on you. Maybe not as robust as something like a Google or a Facebook, but they're still collecting data on you. You know, when you sign up for that account, you're signing an agreement that says you're signing over some of your privacy.
And that's how they make money. So they really don't have an incentive to protect your privacy, except that what we're seeing is a backlash.
Right.
And so now you're seeing Facebook makes some changes, some of them pretty dramatic, to try and make it easier for you to protect your data, make it harder for third parties to access your data, hoping that they can stop people from dropping the service. But it does mean that basically none of these companies have an incentive to do what a lot of people are calling for, including the Arizona Attorney General, to have an opt-in system rather than an opt-out. So basically right now, if you want to use the service, you're going to sign over your information automatically, and if you don't want to share, you have to go through and do all the clicks.
Sure.
So some people are saying, no, you should say it's presumed that all of your data is private unless you do the clicks to share it.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. I don't think that will really go anywhere, but Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, will be testifying before Congress soon, so we should hear more about what happened and what lawmakers want to see. And I'm hoping that the conversation extends beyond Facebook,
Right,
it
there's
needs
a
to
lot
be,
of companies that are doing this that haven't been caught by a data breach yet.
or we don't
we know
know
of.
that they have, and so this conversation needs to be happening across Silicon Valley.
Sure. So if you want to delete your Facebook or Google data, how you do it is Facebook first, facebook.com/help, and then that will open up a menu. Click on Managing Your Account, and it should walk you through the rest. For Google, go to myactivity.google.com, and again, that's going to show you every Google app and what it has on you, and you can delete the data piecemeal, or you can choose to sort of wipe everything from there. And we'll put those links at the end of the video and some other links for you guys for resources. So any final words, Rebecca?
Well, it's been an interesting and sometimes terrifying journey to go down memory lane here,
Yes,
but it's been
absolutely.
fun. So thanks for the idea, Will.
Anytime.
And for more consumer tips and ways to protect yourself, you can go to azcentral.com, or you can follow our YouTube channel, AZ Central, or you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter at Rebecca L. Sanders. Thanks.